Okay, says we're live. Hopefully that is true and all good. Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day. It is the last Monday of May, which means the end of this quarter is nearly upon us. Next month is the third month of the quarter, which is already kind of crazy. So we have a lot to do and less time to do it in. So I've got to do some refocusing and make a harsher plan, a much more, maybe not harsher, but a much more defined plan for how to attack June in order to get goals done. But also with that, knowing that there are potential appointments for my parents and myself that may interrupt said plan. So, make a plan and then be flexible, essentially. But yeah, so hopefully June will go well. We will be super productive, and the majority of these will migrate somewhere, hopefully further down instead of just off. Although I may go ahead and clear what's on the done pile on the Kanban board back there, just to give room to move things down. But yeah, so we shall see. But I think I will have to edit the Kanban board for what's going on in June. But yeah, how are things looking for you? Kara says you're going to be attending the EDA Writing Together Step Study meeting during the first sprint. Excellent. There you go. There's the link for that in case you need it. The Eating Disorders Anonymous. Monique says, hey, y'all. Hello. Welcome. Monique finally got out of the house yesterday. Yay! You went to the mall and got 2 new books. Excellent. Yay. Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether or not going to the bookstore tomorrow is going to be a good decision or not. I might see if I can find the thrift bookstore instead of the full priced one. Just guys. But I also am very much aware that I have not made a huge dent in my physical TBR this year. So that may nix that plan. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, did you get anything in particular or just things that caught your eye? Monique says, currently you're going to do some admin work. Excellent. Good. Yep. The admin work does have to get done, unfortunately. We can't spend all of our time on just the writing process of things. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. I did on Saturday, met up with Bestie and her babies. We had a nice visit. We went to one of the nature centers near here, and they have a really nice indoor interactive area for kids of lots of ages. But there's buttons to press, there's fish in aquariums, and there's turtles and terrapins, and there's snakes, and they don't have anything like foxes or anything like that, because they're mostly things that do well in relatively small captivity. And they use them for educational purposes and whatnot. So, but it was fun. Bestie's oldest baby had fun running around, and so that was good. Yeah, because it was rainy, and so we did manage to get a clear-ish 15 minutes or so. So we did walk on the boardwalk and whatnot for a little bit, but for the most part we were indoors. So CB is here and says hello, welcome. The admin work is more urgent because you're creating posts to schedule for Pride Month. Yes, that does have a deadline for sure. Monique says the books I got: Patron Saints of Nothing by Randy Rebay and 12th Night by Alexine Farrell Fulmuth, both Filipino authors. Nice. Nice. Patron Saints of Nothing is YA coming of age novel. Ooh, that goes into why, I'm going to mess up the name, Duterte is being charged for crimes against humanity. Okay. Interesting. 12th Night is YA rom-com telling of 12th Night. I love the play on the spelling then. Yes. Perfect. Duterte. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Because I'm like, I'm not sure I know how to spell this or pronounce this. Yes. Okay. And Duterte is the worst. Okay. Gotcha. Well. Is he a patron saint of something and they're going back and charging? I know nothing about Duterte, so apologies. What am I trying to do? We need to get ready for today. Like set up, get ready, do the things. It is Monday, so I do have to do a bit of a check-in, little like closer check-in with the journal today. Do my weekly check-ins with my quarterly goals and things like that. So got to do that. Got to make a little priority list for this week. Things like that. Okay, the book goes into commentary regarding political situations in the Philippines, specifically how corrupt everything was. Oh, okay, so he's the president of... Okay, gotcha. Okay, now I understand. Gotcha. I told your support worker on Friday she needed to pray to the patron saint of lost objects and hopeless cases, St. Anthony and St. Jude. Yes. Yeah. There's a... I'm trying to remember who the author is. There's a romance series that's set sort of in New Orleans and the bayous. And there is an auntie that is sort of like auntie to a bunch of the characters that wind up being main characters in the series. And she is constantly praying to St. Anthony and St. Jude because she views all of the boys who are the boys, quote unquote, the men who, that they are hopeless cases and they need to pray to find their future wives. And somehow, when they can't find something and they're making commentary about they needing to find evidence, they need to find, whatever important thing has been lost. She's like, just pray about it. You'll find it. And they're like, really? She's like, yes, do it. And then they eventually listen and magically find it. What is the... I'm trying... I'll see if I can remember it may take me a while to recall. But anyway, it was an entertaining read. Was the president of the Philippines for a good long while. Yes, yeah. Patron Saint of Nothing is more of a play on words for the author because the Philippines are very Catholic. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Now I understand, so thank you. All right, so our kitties. We have a very cute kitty. Always make others feel important instead of important. Important. When I first saw this, I was like, the coloring is a little off, but it kind of looks like that cat meme that has the really big photoshopped mouth. But I think the kitty in that meme is a much lighter brown instead of the sort of darker stripe moments that this kitty has going on. But it's so cute and it looks so fluffy. And don't you want to just boop its nose? Just boop. So cute. Andy is here. Oh my gosh, is that the cutest kitty or what? Exactly. Exactly. And then we have this container made of cardboard suddenly appears. There is a God. So yes, cats love the boxes. Always. Always, always. Oh, Tamara's is also a really funny looking kitty. Okay, let's do our card. CB says, "Oh, I checked to see how many cats Robert Downing Jr. has, and he now has 4. Ooh, how are your cousin's cats? Are they doing good?" Okay. Well, we pulled the bat, and it is inverted. It's number 5. Okay, so here's the bat. A rebirth is assured is the main message. But again, it was upside down. So, what are you refusing to let die? The bat is gently nudging you to let go of your need to cling to the familiar story that has already run its course. A new story is poised to be born. Sorry. Some dreams were only meant to last for a moment in time. Sometimes they were only there to slow you down as you recalibrated in preparation for the new life that will give you what you really want. Perhaps you needed to grieve as you say goodbye to something. At least you're saying goodbye to the familiar form. Perhaps you must let go of a part of you that must die so you can be reborn. This temporary time in the dark does not have to be scary or sad. The bat gives you her powers of perception and awareness as you learn to listen deeply and navigate these unknown caves of temporary emptiness. You will emerge with a new perspective, and the bat spirit will witness you giving birth to the life that matches the intentions and desires of your heart and soul. So there you go. That is the card for today. Cousins' kitties are great. They've grown a bunch and they don't look like babies anymore. They look like real cats. But you don't think they're fully grown yet. Gotcha. Andy was resonating with the bat spirit card today. Excellent. Good. That's always a hope. Monique says the bat spirit applies to Danny's backstory. Danny's can be the love interest in Auntie of Honor. He survived a car accident but developed scoliosis. He's currently working as a physical therapist, but the career shift took a while. Oh, nice. I like that sort of rebirth of his career. Okay, so the poll for today is about life milestones. And for the most part, people typically think of these as sort of like the traditional mile marker type things, but you can also think of other milestones that might not be on the traditional list. But anyway, so the 4 relatively traditional options for life milestones that your main character achieves during your work in progress. Is there a graduation? Is there a wedding or a divorce? Because either one. Do they buy or build a home? Do they start or find a family that they would consider a family unit? So, and sometimes feeling like starting a family or finding a family kind of sometimes feels like it could overlap with the wedding part, but if you are having a non-traditional family or you are finding friends and people that understand you for the first time, that feels like family. That's not quite the same thing as a wedding, you know. So, it can take up to 18 months for a cat to be fully grown. Yes. You answered at wedding. Yes. Because Rita is planning her first wedding. If you were answering for Jane and Andy, they would be graduating by the end of Drama of the Undead. Yes. Yes. All right. So again, I'm going to check in with my journal, do my weekly check-ins. Also update because we're getting closer to the end of the month. So I'm going to be updating some of my things like the music that I've been listening to. Things like that, like my front of book matter. Because this is also giving me a chance to take a look at the front of book stuff and see whether or not I'm going to want to migrate it over into the second 6 months of the year. So, pulling 3 cards today: 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands, and King of Swords. Ooh. Okay, so Wands and Swords. Interesting. So it's fire and air. Okay. All right. Let's do this. We're going to start with the rubber duckies. Okay. All right. So, 1, pull your document up if you haven't already done so, or save it if you've already been working. Okay. Make sure it's the right size. 2 is make sure that you have something to hydrate with, and go ahead and take a sip. Cheers. 3 is straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How'd we do? I did a little bit in my journal, and then got 411 words. So, progress. Sorry. How'd we do? How did we do? I'm also trying to sit up a little bit more posture check wise, but I devolve over the course of the sprint, I am sure. CB says, my allergies are really bad because it's hot. It's 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And yeah, for where you are, that's pretty warm. It's currently 80 degrees here, but mostly cloudy, so it's not as bad as it could be. Still not great, but it's not as bad as it could be. Monique says, my goal right now is to get 11 posts done. You have 3 more to go, which is fantastic because that means you're most of the way done. Then you're going to be working on the Auntie of Honor outline. Nice. Excellent. Sounds like a lovely plan. I am happy to be drafting and not editing, as is always the case. I avoid editing like the plague, which is unfortunate because it needs to happen. Yeah, we are doing good. Let's see, your goal. Okay, got that one already. Never mind. Hello. All right. We have a pretty substantial lead for one of the answers in the poll. So if you have not answered the poll yet, please make sure you do. CB got 131 words. You tried the new Maryland cookies, the butterbeer flavored cookies, and they are weird. I tried the butterbeer goldfish, and they did not taste good. They just did not taste good. Because I think I'm still expecting like the savoriness that comes with like the goldfish shape. And so to then have like a super sweet, buttery, like butterscotch flavor just was very wrong. Plus, there's a weird aftertaste that a lot of sort of like caramelly things that are not actual caramel, they often have like a weird lingering aftertaste to me. And yeah, the butterbeer at the butterbeer at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is very tasty. Yes, agreed. But then when you try to put that flavor into something else, I feel like there's an oops that happens. So yeah. Okay. We need to do some more work. So let's get back to the grind, shall we? Let's do the flowers. Okay. All right. Don't forget to do your self promo. Don't forget to answer the poll. So, 1, save a document. 2, make sure you take a sip. Cheers. 3 is to straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back with that posture check. Make sure you're sitting up straight as much as possible. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was the end of the second sprint. How did you do? It has just started to rain. I can hear the pitter patter on the window. All right. Where's my calculator? Okay, I got 571, which is not bad. Not bad at all. Doing good there. Progress is being made. Characters are moving along the path. We're doing well, I think. Kara had some unfortunate frustration. The offer fell through. Contract offer, I'm not sure where it was in the process, fell through for the parents' house because the potential buyer's house dropped in value because of the war. That's not a war. So lots of frustration there. Yeah. Stacy says, hello, so busy today. Still have some things to do, but your headache has come back in full force. Oh, no. Hopefully your headache goes away soon. And how's your brother? How was his outing with the friend? I hope it went well. Yeah. Regular people are struggling. Yeah, that's the thing, is that like the people at the top who order, they're never the ones who pay the price. It's always the regular schmegular folk who pay the price. Last day for Monique's Memorial Day sale for My Ex is a Vampire. Check it out. Okay, brother went back yesterday. We're keeping our fingers crossed. Yes. Good. I'm glad that he has healed enough, is feeling better enough, etc., to go back to his own place. I'm sure that will sort of like that feeling of independence and whatnot will be nice. But yeah, I hope he continues to heal well. So, alrighty, let's do another sprinty sprint. Right now, Monique is at chapter 8 in the outline. We're just going to be going over the menu for the rehearsal dinner and the wedding reception. There's going to be a separate cake tasting scene. Nice. Okay. This is good. This one will work. All right, so save your document. 2 is make sure to take a sip. Cheers. 3 is straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back, that posture check. Make sure not slouching too much. And 4 is if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How was that? How did we do? Let's do the calculations. Okay. It says I did 637, which would be nice. So, progress. Good progress. Also, I did run into something that I did because I'm sort of jumping around. So, I've got a grandfather character. And in the scene that I was writing earlier in the sprint, he was alive and well and sitting at the kitchen table. And then I'm writing this other scene, and I have a note in my bullet points that the location of something is only known to Grandma and her late husband. I was like, when did he die? What happened between like 2 scenes ago? Oh no. So I've got to figure out why I killed off the grandfather in this, or if it's just a mistake. So I've made a couple of little notes for myself because I'm like, why did I kill off grandfather? So I've got to figure that out. Because when I was writing the earlier scene, I was pretty sure the grandfather was going to be okay, like was going to be a part of things. But now I'm like, now I have this like, this was only known to Grandma and late husband. So I don't know. Okay, I've got to figure that out. But anyway, I have notes for myself. So at the moment, I am treating it as if the late husband thing is just an oopsie. We'll see. We'll see. Kayla is here. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Just coming to say hi. You're watching a movie while you work on a video. Excellent. Good. Hopefully you enjoy both of those things. Yeah. So that's where we are. I have made a good bit of progress. I am filling out the scenes and making notes for things to correct later. So yeah. All right, let me go ahead and end the poll. We're talking about milestones that our main characters reach during our work in progress. We have wedding/divorce. We have starting or finding a family. We have graduation, and then buying or building a home. So wedding and divorce is top. So 43% of our main characters are achieving one of those things. 29% are starting or finding their family. 14% are graduating, and 14% are also buying/building a home. So that's how our major life milestones are winding up. So yeah. I guess grieving over the loss of someone or a pet would also be another life milestone. But that just seems more depressing, and I don't want to put that on it. So, Kayla says you're watching the Alien franchise today. Ooh, nice. Sigourney Weaver, right? I'm pretty sure that's the right actress. Pretty sure. Or is she the predator? She's not the predator. She's the alien, right? Yes. Okay. Okay. Kayla says I'm right. Okay. Good. I'm like, suddenly I'm going, is that the right? Oops. My brain. All right, y'all. I'm going to save my document one more time. And we're actually ending on time today, which is very unusual. I guess I didn't have much to talk about. I just wanted to get to work. So we are ending on time today. Enjoy the rest of your she's in the latest Star Wars movie. Yes. Yes, I remember seeing something about that too. Yes. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. and your last Monday of May. I will be back again on Wednesday, and I will be here on Friday as well. I was originally not going to be, but I will be now. So we're good. All right. I will see y'all soon. Bye.